Hey guys, welcome to the ServiceNow world, and today we'll discuss how to use Advanced Reference Qualifier in catalog variables. So basically, a reference qualifier we are using for restricting the data into the reference field. Basically, we have to use a filter. Okay, so reference qualifier basically of three types. First is simple, second one is dynamic, and third one is advanced. So in these three, like how to use the advanced one, like where scripting also involved. So how to use that we'll see today. So for implementing this, we have one use case, and use case is that create a record producer. Their name will be report an incident, and then we have to create four variables into it. The first variable name is short description, second variable name is impacted users, third variable name will be the primary impacted user, and fourth uh, variable name will be the primary impacted users email. Okay, and some conditions also are there, like primary impacted user will be one of the impacted user. Okay, means like whatever the impacted users we are selecting, so primary impacted will be user only one of them. Okay, not the other one. And the second condition is that primary user's email will be read only and will be auto populated once impacted user selected. So let's go to the instance and try to implement it. So now we are in instance, and firstly what we'll do, we'll create a record producer. So in filter navigator, I type record producers. So here we click on record producer. Then click on new. Okay, so now you see like new record producer form got open. So I'll put the name will be report an incident. Okay, so I'll just put it here, and select the table incident. And I'll put short description. This is a demo of advanced reference qualifier. And then I'll save it. So I'll just open one duplicate tab and see like how our record producer looks like currently. Okay, just click on try it. So currently you see like no fields are there. So I'll just quickly create variables. You see that tab variables is here. I'll just click on new, and this will be our first variable, that is short description. And their type is single line text, so that is already there. So I'll just click on submit. Okay, some mandatory fields are there. What is that? What is that? The following fields are not filled in name. Okay. Yes. So now you see that like I'll just create a short description. So short description looks like this. So I created a variable that is short description, and if I refresh it, you will see that short description got created, that is single line text. And the second variable that I need to create, that is impacted users. So again I click on new, and that will be multi-select. So for multi-select from the reference field, what I'll do, I'll select list collector. Okay, I'll put the order, that is 200, and I'll give the name field name, that is impacted users. And here I'll put the types give that list table name, that is sys user, right? So sys underscore user. I'll submit it, and you see that like two fields got created. One is starting description and this is impacted users. So you know that like I created this as a list collector and it's coming like this, and it's like user might get confused. We use non-technical. So what I'll do, I'll instead of this, I'll change there like a view. So I'll make it as a glide list, like a multi-select. Okay. So how I'll do that? I'll just came back here. Here again, I'll open impacted users and I'll make them as a multi-select. It's multi-select already there, but I just change it to the glide list. So what I'll do, I'll just go to the type specification and here I'll put the variable that is glide underscore list equal to true. Okay. And I'll save it. So if I refresh this form, so now you see it will look like this. Okay. If I'll unlock this one and we can select as many user we want. Okay. Like let's say this one, or maybe select this one, this one, like that. Okay. Now there will be third field will be there, right? That is, this is impacted user, and third field will be the primary impacted user. So again, I'll create one more variable, that is primary impacted user. Okay. So I'll just again click on new, and that will be the reference field again. Okay. So if you remember the requirement, so I'll just select the reference and I'll put the question, that is label. So that is primary impacted user. Okay. And type specification, I'll put reference is sys user. So here in primary impacted user, there one more condition is there, like whatever the user we are selected into the in the impacted user field, only those users you are able to see into the for selection are for available to select in this primary impacted user field. Okay. So in that case, what I need to do? So maybe like you are not able to understand. So I'll just firstly I'll save it out and I'll just show you like what I'm trying to explain. Okay. So I'll save this, and if I'll come here, I'll refresh it. Okay. So there like I haven't put their order. So that's why it's coming here. So I'll do, I'll just put their order. Okay. Order will be 300. I'll refresh it again, and you will see like after impacted users, you will see that field, primary impact user. Okay. So what I'm trying to explain it here. So let's say like here we are selecting two users. Okay. So let's say if one is Abel Tutor and second one is Abraham Linker. Okay. And if I log it, so two users are selected. But if I click here in primary impacted user, I'm able to see all the users. But the requirement is that whatever the users we are selected in impacted user, only those will be available to select into the select in the primary impacted user. So how we'll do that? So for that, we'll write advanced reference qualifier. So if I'll you see that like I've already opened that variable, that is primary impacted user, and in type specification, I'll just, you see it's a use reference qualifier. I'll select to advanced, and here I'll put the logic JavaScript. and single quotes sys id is one of. So in plus current dot variables dot, and what is the name of that impacted user field? So I'll just check it out quickly. So name is impacted users. I'll copy it here and I'll paste it here. It means that whatever the impacted users selected, only those sysids will be there in for I'm able to select in primary impacted user. Okay, and I'll just save it. And then we have to create one more variable, that is primary impacted users email. Okay, so again I'll go to my record producer, click on new. That will be single test and it will be read only, and I'll put the label, that is primary impacted users email. And that will be auto populated based upon selected made on selection of primary impacted user. So I'll just select it here, and I'll from dot walk path I'll select the email. So now I think we have created all four fields, and now if I reload this page, you will see we have all four fields are there. So I forgot to put their order. So I'll put their order again, that is 400, right? And again I'm refreshing it. So now it looks good. So you see that like the short description, I'll put it test, and if I select the impacted user, so if I before selecting impacted, if I show you primary impacted user, so it's coming as blank. None of the users is coming. Okay. And if I'll select impacted user, so let's say I'm selecting impacted user, two users, that is one is Abel Tutor and second one is Abraham Lincoln. Okay. And and you will see, if I click on the lookup icon of this primary impacted users, you see you are able to select only those two users which I selected in impacted users. So how we have done this? So if you see here, like in primary impacted user, we have used the advanced reference qualifier. If I'll open it here, you'll see that logic. It's very straightforward. You see that like I've selected the reference table, that is user, I selected the reference qualifier advanced, and there I put the, you can say like piece of code, line of code, that is this ID is one of, in means one of this impacted users. So like that, that's why it's giving me this, that's why it's returning only those two users which I selected in impacted users. Okay. And if I select one of the impacted users, so you will see their mail ID will get auto populated. So that's the requirement that we have to do that. Okay. So I think you have got it. And if you still have any doubt, please write in the comment box. Till that time, thank you. God bless you all.